Game show on 710 ESPN. Call now to be part of the Lakers postgame show and react on the game.
It's time for the Lakers postgame show tonight as we recap Game 4 of the NBA playoffs from LA Live. Lakers versus Nuggets is a final.
Lakers basketball is a final.
877-710 ESPN.
This is the Lakers postgame show.
Tipping off now.
Here's Andy Kamenetzky.
Okay. Do we have a series? Do we officially have a series on our hands? Probably too early to tell, but the first step towards a series has been established. The Lakers hold off the Denver Nuggets from elimination. 119-108 win in Game 4. They are now down 1-3, which is obviously not ideal, but it is certainly a hell of a lot better than being down 0-4 and having the series be done. They avoid last year's Western Conference Finals sweep, and this was a game where the Lakers led wire to wire. They were never behind at any point in this game, and I thought there's a lot of different elements. There's a lot of different players to shout out. There were a lot of terrific performances. The Lakers, for the first time in this series, truly matched the physicality of Denver. They won the rebounding battle 46-40. They shot 52% from the field. They only turned the ball over 11 times. Like there were a lot of different elements, like specifically, that went into this win. But if I had to peg it to one thing, it was the Lakers played the most mistake-free basketball that they've played in this series. And you really are reminded of that because the Lakers have actually led far more minutes in this series than Denver, despite being down 1-3. They've actually been winning in this entire series a lot more than they've been losing, but they have not been able to close out the deal because against Denver, you simply have to play as mistake-free as possible. Just give them as few opportunities to capitalize, as few opportunities just to turn around the work that you've been doing. Just anytime you open that door just a crack, this starting five that plays off each other so well and is so well coached, they will typically pounce on it and they will typically stomp the life out of you. The Lakers simply did not give them the opportunity to do that. 877-710 ESPN. A reminder, the LA County Department of Mental Health wants to remind everyone that there is free emotional support service referrals and crisis counseling available 24/7 at 1-800-854-7771 or at dmh.lacounty.gov. 877-710-ESPN. If you want to call in, LeBron and Anthony Davis both did walk-offs after this game. Here is first LeBron talking with ABC.
LeBron, what was the difference tonight that allowed you guys to finally break through?
We just had better energy in the third quarter. Started the second half. They've been killing us in the third quarter. We also did a good job at the end of the second quarter by closing the quarter out. So that was good for us.
Do you feel like you guys solved a piece of the Denver puzzle tonight, or is it more about you guys maintaining that high level of play through four quarters?
No, because we're still down 3-1. So, each and every game will be its own challenge. We took care of business tonight to extend the series, but we got to be even better, next game.
You had 14 points alone in the fourth quarter. Is it a conscious decision for you to take over a game, or does it just naturally happen at this point?
Well, I love the fourth quarter. I understand that that's closeout time, and we haven't been able to do that versus this team through 3 games. So tonight I had an opportunity to do that, and I wanted to deliver to our team.
That was LeBron James talking with ABC. Here is Anthony Davis with Spectrum Sportsnet.
All right, Anthony Davis, it's always a challenge. A team's going into a situation like this, down 3-0. But what did you have to do to reverse the tide, come out with a victory?
Play with a sense of desperation. We didn't want to get swept. We had a couple chances in previous games to win basketball games, but we let the lead slip away, especially in the second half. So we just wanted to come out in the third quarter and set a tone on both ends of the floor, and we were able to do that with a 30-point quarter. in the third. Our problem is that we haven't been able to score in the second half, and we scored every quarter. So it's a difference in the ball game.
Your offense has been super reliable and efficient individually, shooting over 60% in this series. What have you been seeing with what Denver's doing defensively to attack it?
Just trying to be aggressive, do the little things, offensive rebound, defensive rebound, score when I have to, make the right reads on offense. So, you know, it's a good team. Good team defensively, good team offensively. Just trying to pick my spots and be dominant.
23 rebounds for you tonight, AD. They had been winning the glass battle basically every matchup. What did you have to do to flip that?
One-shot rebounds, go get them. If I got to knock my teammates out the way, I got to go get it. So, you know, they've been cutting us on the glass, and it's been hurting us for second chance opportunities. So, you know, I want to make sure I go get every rebound.
Last one for you. Of course, you lose both games, 1 and game 2 in Denver, but you did play well for large portions of that game. Are you just in the one game at a time mindset?
That's it, one game at a time. Focus on game 5, and we'll worry about the rest later. See what we can get better at from tonight, see what we can keep doing to keep scoring. And now just one game at a time. It's not a 3-game series. It's a 1-game series, one game at a time, and we figure out how we get game 5.
That was Anthony Davis talking with Mike Trudell from Spectrum Sportsnet after tonight's 119-108 win over the Denver Nuggets. Game 4 in the books. Anthony Davis, by the way, who was questionable heading into this game with a sprained left wrist and appeared to have hurt his right wrist in the first half of this game. He fell into the stanchion on a drive, and he kept shaking his wrist, wiggling his fingers. It seemed to be really bothering him, but he did not allow that to take himself out of this game. Finishes with 25 points on 11 of 17 from the field, 23 rebounds, 3 on the offensive glass, 6 assists against just 1 turnover, plus a block. That is good enough to make him the player of the game, driven by your Southern California Toyota dealers. We make it easy. AD also had a lot of quality help in this game. LeBron led the way for the Lakers in scoring 30 points, 14 of 23 from the field. Got to the line just 2 times. And by the way, for any of the Denver fans listening to this game, you guys won the free throw battle in terms of the amount of times you went there, 25-18. LeBron only went twice, so at least for one night, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Stop complaining. Rest of the league, shut the hell up. Stop complaining. The Lakers were at home in a must-win game to stave off elimination. If it were that rigged, they would have been to the line 3 times the amount as Denver. So shut up. Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, 2 guys who have been at best uneven in this series, and the Lakers have desperately needed them to not just play well, but both play well in the same game. They got that tonight, 21 points apiece. D'Angelo Russell, 8 of 15 from the field, 4 of 8 from behind the arc, plus 4 assists and a steal. Austin Reeves, 7 of 15 from the field, got to the line 6 times, made all 6 of them, plus 6 assists. Both those guys had just 1 turnover. Rui Hachimura still hasn't broken out scoring-wise, but he was solid. 9 points, 4 rebounds, plus 13 on the night. So he was doing other things to help them win. Taurean Prince, who it's not a high bar to clear, but he has been by far the most prolific bench player. 9 points, 3 of 7 from the field, made both of his free throws, got 3 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. I thought Taurean he's been providing aggressiveness that this team needs off the bench. He is often a target of Laker fan ire. He is often seen as the avatar of Darvin Ham, who Laker fans, I think it is safe to say, not thrilled with this season. But I think Taurean actually has been pretty steady over the course of this series, and I think for the most part he's been holding up his end of the bargain. But this was a game where the Lakers brought the physicality that was necessary. I thought that they really just played Denver at I don't want to say on their terms, because they won this game. and they won from start to finish. But Denver, from the beginning, established that this was going to be a very physical series. Denver, especially with no Christian Wood, who was active tonight but didn't play, and no Jared Vanderbilt, they're bigger than the Lakers. They're one of the few teams in the league that actually has a size advantage over the Lakers, particularly in that starting five. You know, Christian Brown is a really physical player. Peyton Watson's a really physical player. Justin Holiday, he's from the Holiday family. All those guys play physical, and that's really the terms that were established for this series. And the Lakers did a great job meeting them. They won the second chance points battle 14-5. I don't know the numbers in front of me, but I am very confident saying that is the first time that has happened in this series. They also won the points in the paint battle 72-52. Points in the paint, by the way, all season long is sponsored by Vista Paint, locally owned and manufactured for over 65 years. Vista Paint, your home for factory direct, high-quality paint products. Vista Paint, your championship team of paint professionals for over 65 years. Look, what comes after this, I have no idea. Like, the Lakers still have incredible odds stacked against them. What they are trying to do, coming back from down 0-3 in a series, has quite literally never happened in NBA history. You know, there's a first for everything. You know, Chick Hearn once said that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record would never be passed. We know that eventually happened. LeBron James holds that record. So I don't know where the Lakers go from here in terms of how far they can extend this thing, but their backs are against the wall, and they made this thing happen tonight. 877-710-ESPN if you want to call in, or hit me up on Twitter at Cam Brothers. Again, 877-710-ESPN. We'll hear from Darvin Ham, hear from all of you coming up next. Lakers postgame show, 710 ESPN.
When it comes to interior,
highlights from tonight's Lakers game and your reaction on the Lakers line.
On 710 ESPN. Call now to be part of the Lakers postgame show and react on the game.
877-710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers postgame.
And the Lakers remain alive in this first-round series against the defending champion Denver Nuggets. Game 4 in the books, 119-108. The Lakers win. Heads back to Denver on Monday for Game 5. We will see where everything goes from there, but for the time being, the Lakers have at least given themselves a shot to try to pull off history. Great contributions from Anthony Davis, 25 and 23 plus 6 assists. LeBron, 30 points, 21 points apiece from D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves. Taurean Prince, 9 points off the bench. They win the rebounding battle. They win the points in the paint battle. They won, I thought, the basketball IQ battle, or at least they tied, which is a real compliment against Denver because they are an incredibly well-oiled machine. Nikola Jokic is one of the few players in the league who actually can control a game in the same way that LeBron can, who sees the floor, as John Ireland likes to say, sees the entire board the way LeBron can. He is in a lot of ways, LeBron James, just 300 pounds, 7'1", and at center. And, Denver is an incredibly efficient and proficient team. And the Lakers did a really, really good job just keeping them, not just keeping them in check, but keeping their own mistakes, keeping their own issues in check. And I thought that was really one of the, if not the biggest thing that enabled the Lakers to get this win. They simply just prevented the door from ever being open and Denver walking through it. Darvin Ham spoke after tonight's 119-108 win over the Denver Nuggets. Here's what he had to say.
Darvin, you've been talking about sustaining pace, for a full game and, finding a way to hold off the charges that came up. How did that flip tonight in that third quarter and then again in the fourth when they tried to come back?
I mean, for one, we knew they were going to make a couple of runs, a prideful championship team. The biggest thing for us, just making it as difficult as possible. They hit some tough shots. We had some unfortunate fouls, some unfortunate turnovers. But we kept the scoreboard moving as well, which you have to do. Again, continuous. You're not going to shut anybody down completely for the entire game. So you just have to be prepared for that onslaught and make sure you're doing what you need to do and meeting force with force. Force them into tough situations. If it doesn't work out, move on to the next play and go try to, go back at them.
It's the first time that you've out-rebounded them in, I think, 6 games, and AD has 23 of them. What did you see from him, and how did that play into the glass overall?
Totally just dominant. Just the way he's been on the glass, changing shots, got a hell of a matchup with Joker. Just his focus, being that defensive catalyst, communicating. Our perimeter guys, all our guys stepped up and played well in terms of trying to control their matchup. Times where we had to switch, just be active on the backside. Got a lot of good stuff to look at film and just got to be even better, even more perfect.
Coach, with everything that happened in the game tonight, did you kind of wonder to yourself, why haven't we played like this before?
I mean, again, like I said pregame, we've had great stretches against this team. We've played for good segments. We just never quite put together a complete game, whether it's a whole quarter or a stretch of 7 to 8 minutes that we just kind of dropped the ball. But tonight, we just stay in the end. Our competitiveness never wavered. Our togetherness never wavered. And as I just told them, the selflessness. We found a group that made a nice little run, and it was time for certain guys to come in the game, and those guys who were coming in the game said, no, let them rock out. So that togetherness right there, that growth, and everything we discussed yesterday about being one and, beautiful day to be alive in order to stay alive. That was the message yesterday and the message today. Just win one game. We got to refocus, recalibrate, and have that same mindset going up to Denver.
Darvin, D'Angelo is obviously a very confident player, and after game one came out.
I'm very confident in him.
And came out firing in game two. He was a little more let the game come to him in terms of flow in this game. Did you like the way he kind of approached this game?
I loved it. I told him to go crazy. Be confident. You've been doing this your whole life. Go crazy and be aggressive. So he looked at me, and his little nickname for me is Big Dog. So I got you, Big Dog. Got you. Shook my hand, gave me a hug, and did what he did tonight. I'm so proud of that kid. You know, it's just everything that we've been through as a team, on the court, off the court, just injuries, everything. Like, we deserve this tonight, and we just got to bottle it up and really keep it pushing and really understand that, you know, it could be our time. Why not us? So just push through to the next game. Keep that focus. Don't look too far down the road. Don't worry about what just happened behind us. Just every new game is a new opportunity for us to be more competitive, more together, more selfless.
And that was Darvin Ham speaking after tonight's 119-108 Game 4 win. The Lakers over the Nuggets. They keep the series alive. A reminder that the L.A. County Department of Mental Health wants to let everyone know that there is free emotional support service, referrals, and crisis counseling available 24/7 at 1-800-854-7771 or at dmh.lacounty.gov. 877-710-ESPN if you want to call in. Let's take a few calls right now. Hugh in L.A., you're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up, Hugh?
Hi, how are you tonight?
Good, man.
So I've been a Laker fan for over 5 decades.
Wow.
And, I'm 59 years old. I've been a Laker fan since I was 7, back when Jerry West and Gail Goodrich and all. Anyway, I'm very happy that they won tonight. I always felt that this team, as great as Denver is, that the Laker team, when they were playing great and executing, can beat this team. And they showed it tonight. Well-balanced scoring by 4 of the 5 Lakers starters. Huge rebounding game for Anthony tonight. That's what we need to do. They stayed patient. They stayed aggressive, but they didn't get anxious. And like you said earlier, every time Denver started to make a little run, the Lakers responded. And more importantly, they responded consistently. And they were clearly the better tonight from start to finish. I like how D'Lo went to the hole more tonight because that opened up his perimeter shot. The main thing I'm concerned about is that, number one, Anthony's hand was a little hurt. Hopefully he can shake that off for the game on Monday. And I'm also concerned because trend follows, and I pray to God that it doesn't. Then if the trend follows, God forbid, then D'Lo is going to disappear again. And I hope he can avoid that because he's been playing great one night and then disappear. Tonight he played great. Let's hope he can do that again Monday because obviously we're facing elimination for the rest of the series. That's all I have. Thank you.
Appreciate the call there, Hugh. And, yeah, D'Lo is going to have to bring it in Game 5. Frankly, Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura are also going to need to bring it. Like, the Lakers are not going to be able to beat Denver, try to pull off the literally has never happened in NBA history before without the other 3 starters not named LeBron or Anthony coming through. I mean, the Lakers scored 119 tonight. That's the highest score they've had in this series. It's the first time their offense has looked really proficient over 4 quarters. It's not an accident that this was the game that they won. Like, the Lakers defensively have done a really good job against Denver in this series. Like, I mean, Denver is one of the best offenses in the league, and for the most part, they have not been scoring at will against the Lakers, at least as an overall team. Like, yeah, Jokic got his usual triple-double, 33 points, 14 rebounds, 14 assists. It's Nikola Jokic. He does that against everybody. You're not going to shut down Nikola Jokic. Michael Porter Jr. has been playing really well against the Lakers this entire season. He got 27 points, but he took 20 shots to get there. And that is credible against someone like him. Like, 20 shots to get 27 points. You're obviously not shutting him down. He's 50% from the field. But to some degree, you have to live with that. Jamal Murray, I don't think has been at 50% this entire series from the field at any point. This was another night, 9 of 23. He got to the line 5 times, but you can certainly live with that. Aaron Gordon didn't hurt him tonight at all, whether 7 points or just 3 rebounds. Like, the Lakers need to make sure that they are matching punch for punch with Denver and maintaining the physicality and avoiding just obvious mistakes. And if they do that, it doesn't guarantee them a win, but we've seen they can hang with this team. They just haven't been able to close. Tonight they actually closed. Sean in South OC, you're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up, Sean?
Hey, thanks. You took the words right out of my mouth. I'm just coming back from the game right now. I'm on the 5 South.
Oh, awesome, man. I'm glad you got to see it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I think you make a good point about the team because 2 out of the 3, AR, D'Lo, and Rui, 2 out of the 3 of them really need to show up. That's the X factor in the series, right? There's never been a game out of the first 3 games that 2 out of those 3 guys have put together a good game. You had one game with D'Lo, you had one good game with AR, but the other 2 don't show up. Today, Rui didn't show up, but we had AR and we had D'Lo show up well. AD, LeBron, Jokic are going to get theirs. That's a given. But if those 2, it's all about those starting 3 on both sides of the ball. Whoever has the better starting 3, MPJ, Aaron Gordon, etc., Jamal Murray, and then AR, Rui, and D'Lo for us. Whoever of the 2 out of the 3 have the better game is the one who wins the series.
Okay,
right?
Sean,
So
I hate to.
I want to know what your thoughts are on the adjustments that maybe need to happen in Game 5, if any.
First of all, I need to know, Sean, what's going on with the kid in the back?
Oh, baby was at the game. She was falling asleep. She's a little loopy. But
She's up past her bedtime.
It's all good. We're gonna get her to sleep. We're gonna get her to sleep when we get home here. But it's playoff basketball, so sleep is for later.
You know, one day when she's old enough to understand, Sean, I appreciate the call. You're going to explain to her that you took her to a playoff game, Lakers versus the defending champion Denver Nuggets. They were down 3-0. They won this game to stay alive. And maybe, just maybe, this will be a game that was the beginning of the Lakers' history. And your daughter will have been there, and you'll have to tell her that she was crying on the way home. Like, she wasn't even excited about being a part of this hopefully historic game. She was just crying. But anyway, that's awesome. Appreciate the call. And I mean, the adjustment in a lot of ways is, I think, just those guys need to make sure that they're maintaining their aggressiveness. They need to make sure that they are looking for smart shots. You know, I thought Sean made a good call about D'Lo looking to get inside as well as just firing from 3. Both of them also did a good job not turning the ball over. But I think in the case of D'Lo especially, there's like a baseline amount of shots that he simply has to take because nobody on this team raises the Lakers' ceiling more than D'Angelo Russell. Like, when D'Lo is on, the Lakers can be really, really hard to beat. You know, when he doesn't play well, they can still win. But against a team like Denver, I don't know if they're going to be able to win if D'Lo's not on. Like, case in point, Game 2 was the only other game that it really felt like they were going to win, and that was the game where D'Lo was electric, and he hit 7 threes. You know, I mean, he's going to have to make sure that he holds up his end defensively, and tonight I thought he was pretty attentive, and I thought all the guys, frankly, were pretty locked in defensively. Like, there were some sequences, especially their group effort just keeping Denver off the glass, you know, keeping them from getting second-chance points where everybody, that part of defense, the defensive rebounding, I thought the whole team, you could tell they really put in a collective focus on it. Every single Laker that played in this game got at least 1 rebound. And other than Austin Reeves and Gabe Vincent, they all got 2 or more. Like, that to me shows that they went into this game knowing that they had to do that work if they were going to try to keep themselves alive in this series. Let's take one more quick call. Nick in Riverside. You're on the Lakers postgame show. What's up, Nick?
Hey. So it's pretty clear that if the I feel like it's a potential that we can get blown out in Game 5. That's what I'm worried about. But if we find a way to win Game 5, I feel like all the pressure ends up on Denver's lap at that point, because we go back to L.A. I feel like the Lakers crowd would be crazy. And I also think that if Denver ends up putting us away, I feel like there's some vulnerabilities of this team as far as their depth. I know people keep talking about it. I think these younger teams like the T-Wolves and the Thunder, maybe even the Mavericks, could expose their depth because I think you saw the numbers.
Well, I mean, Nick, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm not going to get ahead of how we could get exposed in the second round. Let's focus on. I appreciate the call. Let's focus on the Lakers just getting through.
Looking ahead to Minnesota,
Game 5 before we start worrying about how the Lakers bench matches up against like the Timberwolves or like the Mavericks bench. It is an overused cliche. You got to take this thing one game at a time, but I think it's pretty spot on. The Lakers need to take this thing one game at a time. Coming up next, take a couple more calls here from. Let's see. Who's available? D'Angelo Russell, maybe we might hear from. We'll hear from D'Lo coming up next. Lakers postgame show, 710 ESPN.
Call now to be part of the Lakers postgame show and react on the game.
877-710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Anthony Davis of your Los Angeles Lakers.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
It's time for Lakers postgame.
$119-108 Game 4 win by the Lakers over the Denver Nuggets. They stay alive. They're staying alive in this series, taking it to Game 5 on Monday. If you need a break from the everyday, Laker fans, might be your lucky day because tonight, Fantasy Springs Resort Casino is giving away 2 nights plus dinner, golf, or bowling for 2. Make any day your lucky day. Book now at fantasysprings.com. Do we have D'Angelo Russell? Hang on one second. We're looking to get D'Lo. 1 sec. We're going to hear from him afterwards. 21 points tonight. But give it 1 second. Let's take Michael in Akron, LeBron James's hometown.
Hi.
What's up, Michael?
Hey. Glad you took my call. I got a couple things to say, if you don't mind. I don't know if anybody saw this, but the other day, LeBron James cussed the whole team out, including the coach.
Well, you know, it's funny, Michael, really quick, and then I'll let you finish your thought. I don't know if you saw, but there was that sequence in either late in the third, early in the fourth, but that LeBron wanted the coaching staff to challenge a ball that was ruled out of bounds off the Lakers, and he was adamant. He was so furious that they did not challenge this thing. He was screaming at Darvin and the entire coaching staff. He was so mad that after the play actually, resumed, Denver ball, and it's inbounded, Jamal Murray scores, he's not even looking at the play. He's looking at the sideline. He's so mad.
Yeah, because they didn't have his back. But, hey, one more thing. Listen, can you imagine the trepidation and the fear that Denver's going to have if LeBron James and the Lakers take this next game? If it comes out that then they're 3-2 now, them guys are going to be shaking and trembling in their knees, man.
I like it, Michael. Appreciate the call, man. Again, from Akron, LeBron's hometown. And Michael raises an interesting point. Because, look, Denver is a really good team. They're defending champions. They're not going to take this loss and all of a sudden doubt themselves entirely. Like, I'm going to give Denver credit that they're not going to be reeling from having lost one game to the Lakers. They lost games on the way towards winning a championship. But there was a psychological advantage that they had over the Lakers because the Lakers had lost to them 11 straight times. Like, it had been, I think, going back not 2 seasons, but you had to go back pre-Russell Westbrook trade. Like pre-trading Russell Westbrook, I should say. You had to go back that far before the Lakers had actually beaten Denver, counting the 4-game sweep last year in the Western Conference Finals. And they had that psychology over the Lakers, that even if the Lakers hadn't been doubting themselves, they had to be questioning, can we actually close it out against this team? Because they had no tangible evidence that they could do it. They had plenty of tangible evidence that they could hang with Denver. Like, they don't get blown out by Denver. These games have been very close, very competitive. They've been down to the wire. Game 2 is a Jamal Murray buzzer beater. The Game 4 last year that completed the sweep for Denver was right down to the last basket. Like, the Lakers know that they've been able to hang with Denver. They have not known that they've been able to actually close a game. Now they know that they can beat Denver. Again, it doesn't remove Denver's confidence, but that one thing they were holding over the Lakers' head, that's gone now. So then you take this to the next step. Let's just say the Lakers do manage to get this road win in Game 5 in their building against Denver, and you make this thing now 3-2 going back to LA, then all of a sudden Denver starts wondering, okay, have these guys figured something out? Because they've been close a bunch of times, but they had not been able to get over the hump. Now they've done this 2 games in a row. Is there something that they know about us that we don't know about ourselves yet? So that's where it gets really interesting, but the Lakers have to hold up their end of the bargain and actually win this thing. It's going to require another big game from D'Angelo Russell. Here's what he had to say after the game.
Back tonight, they didn't get over the hump at any point. Where did you see that shift?
I think that was like a third quarter, adjustment, for us to come out and prioritize getting a good warm-up, attacking them in the third, not being on our heels, letting them attack us. Obviously, we've had leagues to start the third. I just thought we as a team, we locked in on, the game plan, and we attacked, during that start of that third, and that was a result of us keeping that lead, staying at it. When we made subs, we still found a way to contribute to what we were trying to do. There was no let-off, so it's huge.
D'Lo, you've lived through the feedback swirl that exists in social media at times in your career. What grounded you or prepared you for Game 4 or coming off of Game 3?
I don't know, try to be as humble as I can. I just think I've been through it all before, and I kind of prepare myself mentally before I go through it again. And I don't know, like I said, I've prepared for this, all summer, all season. I try to prepare myself for these times now when everybody's watching, everybody has something to say. And I just try to stay to myself and to my own opinions and emotions.
D'Angelo, after game one, you attacked game two with a lot of aggression offensively early. It felt like tonight, like it was a little bit more of a feel out from you while being aggressive but not forcing it. How important was it for you to try to, while wanting to obviously play better than in game three, but to still play, I guess, quote unquote, the right way?
I mean, this isn't a place that you're going to come out and try to dominate the game when you got LeBron and AD right next to you, bless you. So for me to come out game three, not score, and then come out and just be ultra aggressive and try to do all that extra stuff, that's not really me, and I know that's what people were expecting me to do. So it made it easier for me to prepare my mind for that approach, and it was let the game come to me, be aggressive, and it was simple as that. And we looked up, everybody was aggressive, everybody was pitching in. AR was huge, Bron and AD continued, Torrey and Prince was huge, Spence, Gabe, all those guys pitched in, Jackson. And it just allowed us to have an imprint on the game in our small little role that we have, and it was contagious. Everybody wanted to continue to fight and compete.
D'Lo, Coach told us that he told everybody to lean into the joy of competition, and in particular, he was very outspoken about how much he still believed in you. Did that help you? If you could speak to that.
I mean, I appreciate that, but I believe in myself. Simple as that, more than anybody. So, I mean, I don't need that, but I appreciate that.
He did appreciate it, though. That's the important thing, is D'Angelo Russell did appreciate this. We've gone, by the way, too long before we take the last call. Locked On Lakers, 5 days a week, everywhere you get your podcast, Monday through Friday, never behind a paywall. For those of you who, the sickos who like to watch this sort of stuff, there's also a YouTube component as well. And we are going to be doing a show after, obviously, tonight's Game 4 win that will be available either later tonight or when you wake up first thing in the morning. You can either watch or listen, again, wherever you get your podcast, Locked On Lakers. Such restraint, Funchess, the way that I held out.
This is a record. This is the third segment.
It really is. I mean, we're about to go pretty soon.
Yeah, this is a record.
I just felt like with the Lakers getting this win, I needed to make them first. I needed to actually make this show about them as opposed to making it about me. One more call. Let's take McGee and San Pedro. What's up, McGee?
Kamenetzky, what's going on, brother?
How you doing?
I'm okay. We're in 3-1 land, so
1-3 land, unfortunately.
Game is very important. First quarter is very, very, very important. If we can come out and establish our same principles from last game, we can kind of get in their head a little bit. But I want to wish the team good luck. Thank you for showing us what we need to see. We didn't see it in Game 3. And let's just, I just wish them the best.
That's awesome, McGee. That's actually. I'm sure they appreciate that, and like the idea that I appreciate the call. Just the idea that if this had been, let's just say, for whatever reason, Denver manages to pull yet another rabbit out of their hat while down for the majority of a game, and they win this thing, and they close it out, the Lakers at least gave their fans something they could have been happy about in terms of effort and the care factor in this game. Like, they're going to be even happier, don't get me wrong, because the Lakers actually won the thing. But for the fans in the crowd, and the crowd was really into it, they were really enjoying it, and the Lakers spent a lot of time as an organization with pregame videos and things like that, really emphasizing the idea of we need you guys tonight. You could read into this as a night where the Lakers did this for their fans, and I'd like to think their fans appreciated it and were really entertained tonight. Again, the Lakers win 119-108 over the Denver Nuggets, down now 1-3 in this series. The next broadcast is going to be on Monday as the Lakers, again, face Denver. Game 5, first round. Coverage begins with pregame at 5:30, 7 p.m. tip. Appreciate everybody listening in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Lakers postgame show, 710 ESPN.
Lakers back.